This here says, I'm a rare fan that actually wants Thomas Partey to go. Big wages, wants a pay rise, 32, injury prone, allegations. He's also seen unreliable across his Arsenal career, lapses in concentration, right time to move him on. I think there's validity in this. I was saying this to a caller who was frustrated that Partey was going. I said, would you also be frustrated if you gave him at 32 a new 3-year deal and gave him an extra 50 grand a week? And then the next 2 seasons were like his previous 3 seasons where he's missing over 100 games a year. He's like, yeah, I'd moan then as well. And I actually think they got away with one last year, Arsenal. I think he's lack of injuries was more of a fluke than him getting injuries. I don't think they're wrong to not give him a pay rise personally. However, where I agree with the caller is they've got to find an adequate replacement. It's either got to be a youngster that's on the edge of being ready or an experienced player that is ready to go into that team now, today, and help them deliver. Zubimendi is going to be good. We know how good Declan Rice is, nominated for Players Player of the Year. Don, I'm sure you saw that and was excited to see him.
I don't understand. Honestly, I just don't understand how this keeps happening, bro. Because I'm not even going to talk about Caicedo here. I'm just going to talk about the fact that he wasn't even their best player. For me, he wasn't even their best midfielder. So how does he keep getting into these things? You know what I'm saying? It is where it is, man. Because even for us, Palmer shouldn't have been there, bro. When you look at all the teams, I don't know if they do it. Is it usually one player per team? Or is
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the voting works, but yeah, I think the players have to vote for a player. Yeah, one player per team.
I would have. Yeah, even with Palmer being there, like it should have been Caicedo for us. He should have been representing us, but I don't know, man. Unless you're scoring free kicks, I guess you did nothing as a DM. You know.
I thought it was funny because a lot of Liverpool fans were kicking off saying, "Why ain't Gravenberch there? Why is this guy not there?" And I was like, "See, this is the irony. I always win. My point's always proven. Every single time I see player award nominations or winners come out, I see fans, including many Liverpool fans, go, "This is a rig. This is ridiculous. How are these guys not here?" Yet they're the same people that use player awards and nominations as to why a certain Gerrard is better than a certain Scholes. And all I've ever told them is it's all about popularity. The reason Palmer has been put up is up for so many things, and Rice and everybody else, they're all very good players, but it's all about who's a poster boy, who's a name, who's a star. Like Bruno actually had a good season. Well, of course Bruno's going to be on there. Because you know what the PFA want? They want Man United fans getting involved in the vote. Imagine one of the biggest fan bases in the world not getting involved in a vote. It's just what they want. And when your team ain't winning anything, you naturally step back and you step away from it. I've told people for years, using player awards and player nominations for things as one of the main measuring sticks for how good they are, I just think is so flawed, personally.
Agreed. That's like Chelsea fans thinking Esteval's been the best player in the Club World Cup so far because he got two. What was it? What are they calling it?
They call it superior player of the match.
Superior player. Well, bro, this is why we need to keep the football at the US, man. The more I watch this Club World Cup, I was like, I don't want this shit no more here. Oh my God, bro, what happened to man of the match? What's wrong with that?
Well,
or MVP at least. Just at least if you say that.
This is what I said to you before, Staffy. I've got no issue with anyone from around the world watching it, but nobody, including most Americans, wants the Americanizations of a European sport. You picked it as a sport to watch because of what it was. We don't need to fucking change it.
It actually annoys me. This is when I feel like I'm you guys, because now I feel like, what is this shit? Get this yank shit out of my spot. I don't want to hear that. And the worst thing is all the commercials that they play in the middle. I'm like, bro, this is not the NBA, bro. When they do it to this little water break, they play commercials. I'm like, oh, no, I can't watch this. I can't. But back to my point, yeah, that's like saying that about Esteval. And Don, by the way, has already agreed with me that he was a man of the match yesterday. So for any Chelsea fan who's going to try to attack me, that came from a Chelsea fan as well.
And this is why I always feel my argument in these debates is the right one to pull on, because when all these other fan bases, they only ever use player awards if the player they're trying to prop up barely achieved or didn't achieve. You get a lot of Spurs fans did it with Harry Kane. As soon as they've got a player, though, from their history or they love, who's won a lot, it's always the trophies and the performances in finals that they talk about, never what they got nominated for. And that, for me, is always proof in the pudding. I'm mainly frustrated due to the level of business City and Liverpool are doing. I can't see why any business Arsenal can do that can compete with its third place at best, if not fourth behind Chelsea.
Big yourself up, Sam, man. Big yourself up, man. Because when you talk about the possibility of Chelsea like finishing above Arsenal and that, there's certain Arsenal fans that are like, no chance. And I'm like, bro, we just finished 5 points behind you, bro.
Well, I've got a series of questions that I'm going to be asking on this Top 6 and the Straight Facts podcast now, and I'm coining what it's called. It's called Fiction or Football. I'm going to ask a few questions per show. And one of my questions is a very good segue from this super chat into this question. And I want to premise this. So I don't want any caveats if they do this, if they don't do that. How I want you to think about it is based on what the club normally does in the transfer window, etc. So based on what you believe about a club, fiction or football? Fiction obviously means bullshit. Football means it will happen. Fiction or football? Chelsea will finish above Arsenal next season.
I think it's doable. But I want to put my money on it.
That's doable, man. It's so hard to predict us, man, in the windows, Terry. It's so fucking hard, bro. But the thing is, right now, we're better off up front right now because we've actually got strikers secured. That's one thing that I'll say for now. You know, I mean, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Delap, man.
I would say people will sleep on Delap. He's gonna need some development this year, anyways.
No, for sure. But when
that's why I said it's doable. I don't think the gap between Chelsea and Arsenal is as big as people think. I don't think so. No. They only finished 5 points behind them, and if anything, Arsenal haven't really made any crazy business yet. Until they do, because this was gonna happen, bro. People are gonna take this that we're saying this on June 20th, and Arsenal could make a couple good signings that may make us change our opinion, and we're gonna be like, oh, remember when he said this? As it is right now, when you look at the summer right now, I don't think it's as big as people think. The gap is not as big as people think. So Arsenal still got to they still got to do a lot. If anything, I think City have closed down the gap that they had with them last season. Chelsea remains to be seen a little bit. I still want to see what they do. They really need a left winger now. I know Sancho wasn't the best thing in the world, but boy, I was watching Cucurella last game. He really missed Sancho. He really missed him. You could tell when he was playing with Madueke that he needed a natural left winger there. So now you're kind of set back a little bit, done because you don't have, in my opinion, a left winger to go out there and play. But yeah, I wouldn't say that's much of fiction. It's doable. It's honestly 50-50 in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. No, 100%, man. 100%. For me, I think what the main thing that we need to sort out right now is our attack. You know, we need to obviously get a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper right now, Sanchez is a funny one. Of course, I want an upgrade. If we can get a Maignan, bring him in, of course, right? But I can't ignore the improvement from this guy for time now. It's been a minute. It's been a minute where I've been bigging him up. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I've always said with this guy. It's not his ability. It's more his moments. He just has he's a bozo. That's what Sanchez is. He can just decide to just throw the ball into the back of the net. But when he's locked in, he's a very good goalkeeper, bro. Very good goalkeeper, man. When we played Forest, the Forest fans were bigging this guy up, bro. Like, he was collecting all the crosses. You know, he didn't really have much to do other than, you know, being that guy in the box, being commanding, but he did a very good job. And there's been many games where I can tell you this guy's been very good. But if we can get Maignan, we bring in Maignan. We need a right centre-back right now to play next to Cole, because Fofana can't stay fit. We need a left winger. You know what I'm saying? We've got a striker, cool. But there's still a few little bits that we need to sort out. Midfield was sorted. That's an area where I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? Santos, Asugo, Palmer, Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo, we're sorted in there. You know what I'm saying? But that left wing position, bro, that's an urgent requirement right now, man. Urgent.
We've got some more super chats here. It says, can't do fact or fiction with Don the politician. It's what Tony says here.
I don't want to be delusional. That's the irony. You guys try to call me delusional.
I think both your answers, I would say, are more in the football category, because you're saying it's doable as opposed to no chance. There's no way that Chelsea do it, to be fair. Bro,
put it this way. When we finished 12th and you asked me that question, I would have said fiction. We're not finishing above Arsenal. Like, I don't see that right now. But that's gone. Forget about that season. Forget about the season before when you lost the league by, was it 1 point or 2 points or whatever. The recent Arsenal only finished 5 points behind, above Chelsea, bro. That's the Arsenal we're talking about.
Robert here says, Don, please don't be delusional. Chelsea for the next 4 years will never finish above Arsenal, even if we make 0 signings every window for the 4 years.
You know, I've talked about these lot. They actually think that it's a trophy, you know, to finish above Chelsea. Like, I keep saying, you're not who I'm looking at. I said this last week, bro. Liverpool, the benchmark. Liverpool, the guys that I'm looking at, bro.
But I lie, the super chat is more delusional than anything you've said. To say Arsenal can go 4 years without a single signing, and they'll still finish above Chelsea. And
I told you that's their only trophy, Staffy, because all these guys.
No, it's not even that. Like, I'm not even talking about that. To think you could go 4 years without signing and you still finish above them, and that same super chat is calling you out to not be delusional. This is the epitome of delusion.
100%.
And I'm not gonna. You know what? I'm not gonna have Arsenal fans. You represent Arsenal fans. So.
No, they can't handle it. They can't handle that they're falling off.
This year says Chelsea and City fans always talk about how many points behind they were behind than Arsenal. But when you say points don't matter, useless, unless you win the league.
This conversation is always in response to you guys thinking that you're in a different dimension to Chelsea. You're not, right? We both got Champions League football, but the difference is we won a trophy with it, bro. Yeah, you didn't.
So I'll do another super chat in a minute. It's not quite related to this, so it will throw us off this talking point. But viewers, make sure you're hitting the like button, please. Make sure you are subscribing. Make sure you've got your bell notifications turned on for the show as well. Really important that you do that. Now, Igal didn't say trophies are overhyped. No, I think you're making that one up. Igal's a lot of things, but I don't think he said that. I don't think he said that.
It sounds like something Igal would say.
Terry, there's a wager on the lap scoring 15 plus goals in the Prem. Thoughts? He could do that.
He's playing for Ipswich. Why is this even a debate?
Yeah, of course he can do it for Chelsea.
The only reason he couldn't is if they signed a striker who plays ahead of him. That's the only way I'd hear that. If he plays the Ipswich minutes at Chelsea, he's 100% scoring over 15. No reason not to.
No, I totally agree. This is
see, he confirmed it. Look in the chat.
What's that?
Look at Igal in the chat. He said yes. Igal. No, the one above it. Go one above it.
Sorry. Oh, Igal, jump on the fucking show now, and you've got to come explain this. Jump on now. I'm sending you the link. I'm sending you a link. I don't care if you're babysitting. Put the kid in the cot and close the door, right? Don't actually do that, right?
This guy actually said.